Hi friends, I welcome you all at Crack Grade B. You are going to face this exam of RBI Grade B and SIDBI, and you know the importance of the government scheme for this exam. If you will see, you will find that there are various questions or number of questions you will find from this government scheme section of your syllabus. So by keeping in mind, we have started a lecture series for covering this multiple choice question, and today we are going to cover part 1 and we are taking the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. In this whole video lecture series, we will solve some multiple choice questions and we will try to learn the very important schemes and some important points from this scheme. For example, if you will see this question, then this question is related to the Aspire scheme. So first of all, I will read this question, then you will find the solution of this question in second part or in second slide. So let's try to understand how we are going to cover this lecture in a very comprehensive manner, in a very interesting manner. So this is the first question, and in this question you will find the two statements, and these two statements are related to this Aspire scheme. It is a very well-known scheme, and I know you all have learned this scheme very well. So this scheme has two statements. The first statement is government approved the scheme for the period of 2021-22 to 2025-26 with the corpus amount of 160 crore. And the second statement said its main aim is to set up network of technology centers and to set up incubation center to accelerate entrepreneurship and to promote startups for innovation and entrepreneurship in agro industries. So you have to identify that which of the statement is not true. These two statements which is not true. Your options are only one is not true, only two is not true, or both 1 and 2 is not true, or none of the above is not true. It means both are correct. So first of all, its answer is A. This amount is not 160 crore, this amount is 196.47 crore. 196.47 crore. This is the right answer for this scheme. Now, we will see some ins and outs of this scheme. First of all, this Aspire scheme is related to, is launched for, or is a full form of this scheme is a scheme for promotion of innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship. So try to remember, this scheme is launched for giving some innovation in rural industry, and they are trying to imbibe entrepreneurship in the rural people. It was launched in 16 March 2015, and this is a statement which I have put. This is mainly launched to set up a incubation center and to accelerate entrepreneurship and to promote a startup for innovation and entrepreneurship in agro industry. So you can understand by this statement, by the aim of this scheme, that if you are imbibing, if you are giving some innovations and some startups for the rural people, and you are developing some agro industry in the rural area, so what will happen? First, you are creating new jobs and reduce unemployment in this area by promoting these industries in rural area. You will promote entrepreneurship culture in rural area. You are giving some economic development at grassroots. What is grassroots? If you will see, this is center, this is state, and this is village level or panchayat level institution. So grassroots level is where? The grassroots level is at village side. So what will happen if you will develop industries at this point? So you are giving push to the economic development at district level, at village level, at block level. Now, you are also facilitating innovative business solution for the unmet social needs, and you are also promoting innovation for further strengthening the competitiveness of the MSME sector. Now, These are the new update for this scheme. Try to remember this point because this is new. You can have any question from this point. First of all, this scheme was extended or approved further for this period of 2021-22 to 2025-26. And how much amount? This amount is 196.47 crore. Now, what they are doing? They are reducing administrative expenses of this scheme from 5% to 4%. What are the administrative expenses? There are some committees, there are some management system at district level, at state level, and whatever administration charges is taken or is assigned for this for this scheme, the government is trying to reduce this from 5% to 4%. Now, this point is very important. These are the component of this scheme. Under this technology business incubator component of this scheme has been discontinued. But whatever amount has approved for this technology business incubator up to 31st to March 2021 will be given for this scheme. But for the rest period from 1st April 2020 onwards, this scheme component of this scheme will be discontinued. Now our second question. So I think you are understand that this is a question and this is the explanation. So by taking some questions and with the explanation, we will do our revision and we will try to remember the important points of the scheme which can be very useful for your exam. Now the second question is, which of the following is not correctly matched? This is the champions. The champions is for grievance redressal of MSMEs. This is Sampark, a platform to connect small business holder and MSMEs. Samadhan, a delay payment monitoring system for MSMEs. And the Samban, public procurement policy monitoring portal. First of all, by seeing this question, you will understand, you are able to understand that these all are the portals which is launched by the government for solving some specific purposes. So these are the portals and these are their purposes. So you have to identify that which purpose is not assigned for the particular portal. For example, the champion is for grievance redressal or MSME. It is correct or not? Sampark is for this, Samadhan is for this, or Samban is for this. So first of all, friends, its answer will be Sampark, that is a platform to connect small business holder and MSMEs is not the correct match. All are the correct match because the champion is for the grievance redressal for MSMEs, Samadhan is for a delayed payment monitoring system for MSMEs, and the Samban is for public procurement policy monitoring portal. Now, what about this Sampark? This Sampark is a digital platform on this job seekers that is passed out trainees, student of 18 MSMEs Technological Center, and the recruiters, various reputed national and multinational company registered themselves for getting employment and getting right kind of manpower respectively. So this is not the platform to connect small business holder and MSMEs. This is a platform for job seekers and the recruiters. So this is the MSME Sampark. You can see that this champion is the full form. First of all, the full form of this champion is creation and harmonious application of modern process for increasing the output and national strength. It was launched on 1st June 2022 and this is ICT based system. You can remember this point, this was the time of COVID-19 and at this time we were facing the lockdown in our country. So due to this lockdown, various MSMEs were directly affected and their business was affected due to this pandemic. So the government has launched this ICT based system and it is to help the MSMEs in the present, the then situation and also to handhold them to become national and international champions. Their objectives are grievance redressal, to help to capture new opportunities, and to identify and encourage the sparks. So these are the purposes. What about this Sampark? I have already told you. Then this Samban, it is related to the Public Procurement Policy Monitoring Portal. Under this Public Procurement Policy for Micro and Small Enterprises Order 2012. In this, it is mandate every central ministry department PSU to set up an annual goal for procurement from the MSME sector at the beginning of the year, and with the objective of achieving an overall procurement goal of minimum 25% of the total annual purchase from the product or services produced or rendered by the MSMEs. So this is the portal which deals with the cases of these types. So this is Samman. What about the Samadhan? This Samadhan is related to the delayed payment monitoring system of MSMEs. Under this, state government to establish this Micro Small Enterprises Facilitation Council for settlement of dispute on getting references filling in delayed payment. So this portal is related to the delayed payment monitoring system of MSMEs. Now, the third question, the government has recently launched MSME Innovative Scheme. Friends, try to learn this scheme. It is a very important scheme because it was recently launched in March 2022. This is MSME Innovative Scheme. So you have to identify that under this scheme, it is not the component of the scheme. It is not the component of the scheme. There are various components of this scheme, but you have to identify that amongst these options, it is not the option of the scheme. So your options are incubation, design, research, and IPR. So friends, first of all, answer is 3. It is not the component. There are 3 components under this scheme. The first one is incubation, the second one is the design, and the third one is the intellectual property right, that is IPR. And research is not the component under this scheme. Now, government has launched this scheme and this scheme is a amalgamation of the incubation, design, and IPR schemes of the Ministry of MSMEs. And these erstwhile 3 schemes will operate as separate vertical with interflow connections. What does it mean? These 3 are different. These 3 can be the different domains under this scheme, but they will work as a interflow. That means whatever happening in this design area, in this incubation area, in this IPR, they can be interrelated, interflow, and it is a connected, very well connected amongst themselves. Now, one by one, we will learn about the different components of this scheme. The first component is incubation. Under this, the primary objective of the scheme is to promote, support untapped creativity and to promote adoption of latest technology in the MSMEs that seeks the validation of their idea at the proof of concept level. For example, MSMEs has developed some idea, they have developed some creativity, they have developed some innovation, latest technology, but they required validation for these innovations or idea. So this component that is called incubation is going to help for untapped creativity and to promote adoption of this latest technology, innovation and idea. So what they are doing for this? For the ideas approved of any MSMEs and other, this 15% of the total approved cost will be borne by them, that means MSME, and the rest is and this will be deposited to the hosting institution, and this remaining 85% will be contributed to the MSMEs up to a maximum of rupees 15 lakh per idea. it means this will be given by the government of India. For example, I mean to say, they are any MSMEs or any industry has developed an idea. So this idea required some fruitfulness, some validation. Who will give this validation? Some hosting institution. For example, any IIT will give validation to this technology. So what will happen? This MSME which wants to validate their latest technology, latest idea, latest innovation, they will deposit 15% of the total cost for validation to this hosting institution, for example IIT, and the rest is borne by the government of India, that is 85%. So in case of student, it will not be required to pay any amount, and the entire cost of the idea will be borne by the MSMEs, that is ministry, and its capping is, or its limit is 15 lakhs per idea. In this case also it is 15 lakhs per idea. Now the financial assistance for plant and machinery for this hosting institution is also provided by the government by maximum capping of 1 crore. Now the second component is this design, and this design, the objective of this component is to bring Indian manufacture sector and design expertise, design fraternity on a common platform, and its aim is to provide expert advice and cost-effective solution on real-time design problem for a new product development, its continuous improvement and value addition in existing product. For example, if any MSME has developed any design for a product and they are facing some problem for this product, so this component of this mission innovation will give expert advice with a cost-effective solution of this design problem, and it will also give some value addition in existing and new product on a real-time basis. So what he is doing, it is putting manufacturer and the design expert at the same platform. Now this is financial assistance, that is 40 lakhs, that is 75% micro and 60% of small and medium of the cost of the total project for design project for any MSMEs, and up to 2.5 lakh for student project will be provided. Up to 40 lakh or 75% or 60%, 75% for micro and 60% for small and medium of the total cost project is given by the government. The beneficiaries can be and must be typically be a registered micro, small or medium enterprises. Friends, definition of micro, medium and enterprises has been changed recently, so you can go it. So this should be registered by the government, and it should be registered at MSMED and should have a valid UM or Udyam registration. Now the manufacturing of MSMEs may be profitable entity, preferably in the at least 1 year or out of last 3 year financial year, or PMSE can relax. I mean to say, I will explain this concept. For example, if any MSMEs has applied for this scheme, so first of all, in last 3 years of their business, at least 1 year they should have some profit. If this point is not taken care by the MSMEs or not fulfilled by the MSMEs, then this criteria can also be relaxed by this PMAC, right? And whatever micro, small or medium enterprises wants to take advantage of this scheme, they should have registration at this with this ministry. Now what about this IPR, intellectual property right? First of all, its objective is to improve the IP culture in India with a view to enhance the awareness of intellectual property right amongst the MSMEs and the intellectual endeavor in the Indian economy. Its main aim is to take suitable measures for the protection of the ideas, technological innovations and knowledgeable driven business strategies developed by the MSMEs for their commercialization, effective utilization of IPR tool facilitation center. Financial assistance, government are giving 5 lakh for foreign patent, 1 lakh for domestic patent, 2 lakh for geographical registration and 50,000 for design registration and 10,000 for trademark in the form of reimbursement. So most of the MSMEs which are working in our country, they don't have any idea that how to apply for IPR, how they can get patent for their technology. So this intellectual property right component of this scheme is going to help MSMEs for taking care of this point. Now, this Intellectual Property Facilitation Center is also launched by the government, and it will provide other IP support such as the IP advisory and consultancy to the MSME which are seeking advantage of this scheme. Now, the fourth question for today is: consider the statement for the National Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Hub Scheme. The statements are: the hub is being implemented by the National Small Industries Corporation. It has a target of 6% procurement from this SC/ST enterprises under public procurement policy by the Ministry, Department and CPSEs. And this scheme is applicable from financial year 2021-22 to financial year 2025-26. So you have to identify that which of the following statements are true. The only statement 1 is true, 1 and 3 are true, 1, 2, 3, 2 or 1 and 2 are true. So friends, first of all, its answer will be 1 and 3. That is 1 and 3 are true and this statement is not true. Explanation: according to the budget speech in 2016 and 17, this National Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Hub is aimed at capacity enhancement of SC/ST entrepreneur and promoting entrepreneurship culture amongst this SC/ST population. So this main aim of this scheme is to imbibe the entrepreneurship in the SC/ST population. For this, National SC/ST Hub has been set up to provide professional support to this scheduled caste and scheduled tribe entrepreneur to fulfill the obligation under the central government public procurement policy of micro and small enterprises order 2012, and they have adopted applicable business practices and leverages Stand Up India initiative. Now, this scheme was launched by the Honorable Prime Minister on 18th of October 2016. And this hub is being implemented by this National Small Industries Corporation. So the first statement is true. Now, the second, the scheme is empowering SC and ST population, and under this scheme, the public procurement process to fulfill the mandate, a target of 4% procurement from SC/ST enterprises under the public procurement policy of the Ministry and Department. So whatever ministry is purchasing from MSMEs, the 4% should be purchased from the enterprises which is governed or held by this SC/ST people. So this is not 6%, this is 4%. Right, so this option was wrong. And this scheme is applicable from period of 2021-22 to 25-26. So period is also right, but this percentage is not. This is 4% according to the 2000 public procurement process fulfill the mandate according to the public procurement policy by the Ministry, Department and CPSE. And the total plan outlet for the above period is 438 crore. And the definition of SC and ST for availing benefit of this scheme: in case of proprietary MSE, the proprietor shall be SC/ST. In case of partnership MSE, the SC/ST partner shall be holding at maximum 51% in their unit. In case of private limited company, 51% share should be held by this SC and ST promoter. So these are the eligible persons which can take benefit of this National Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Hub scheme. Now the last question for today, which of the following is not true regarding the new definition of the MSMEs? So friend, this is the definition of the MSMEs. According to the new definition, a micro enterprises where the investment in plant, machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore and turnover does not exceed 5 crore. For small enterprises, it not exceeds 10 crore and turnover does not exceed 50 crore. And in case of medium enterprises, the plant or machinery should not be more than 50 crore and turnover should not be more than 250 crore, that is 250 crore. So you have to identify which is not true. The answer for this question is none, because all the conditions are true for this micro, small and medium enterprises according to the new definition. So this is the figure, you can see it from here. 1 crore and 5 crore for micro, 10 crore for 50 crore for small and 50 crore and 250 crore for this medium. So friends, these are our star performers and we are providing SEBIGRADEA course at this cost, and we are also providing RBI Grade B course and SEBIGRADEB course combo course at rupees 3499, and we are providing RBI Grade B course at rupees 2499, and these are the contents of our course which we are providing to you. So friends, thank you and happy learning. पढ़ते रहिए, मेहनत करती है. I will come up with more schemes and more video. So till then, thank you and happy learning.